Hi guys, welcome to my vlog. This vlog covers my 6 hours trip in Istanbul, Turkey during a long connecting flight taken on purpose to explore this beautiful city. On arrival, I will be heading first to Camlica Hill, followed by Ortakoy, Eminonu and Sultanahmet. So after a good flight from Nur Sultan Astana to Istanbul on Turkish Airlines, managed to get some good sleep on board. I'm now here at the Istanbul Airport. This is a new airport which claims to be one of the best. So we have arrived now at the Camlica Hills and walking uphill to a hilltop where we have fantastic views of the city. So where we stand here is the Asian side of Istanbul, and in the background you can see the European side of Istanbul connected with the Bosphorus Bridge. Excellent views from here overlooking the entire city. On the left is the Sultanahmet area. So here we have some lush green trees and perfect place for having picnics where a lot of people come around, gather here with their families to enjoy the sights of Istanbul. So we are moving on the backside of this hill where you can see only the Asian side of Istanbul. So we are now on the Bosphorus Bridge, and in the background you can also see the Sultanahmet Bridge with fantastic views of the entire city. So from the Camlica Hill we are now come down to Ortakoy area, and we are now proceeding to the Bosphorus Bridge, actually under the bridge. And let's see what views we get from under the bridge. And here, as you see, we have a lot of small restaurants and a small market selling artificial jewelry and different artifacts, souvenirs. In the background you see the famous Ortakoy Mosque. I'm now in the Beşiktaş area of Istanbul, and in the background you can see the Beşiktaş football arena. Here we see another mosque in Beşiktaş, and on the left is the Dolmabahçe Palace. So time to freshen up a bit, and I'm here at one of the hotels in the city center in Taksim. It's a small boutique hotel, but very impressive, very spacious room, well designed, and it's got a small, a pretty big balcony area. So after a quick 1 hour break to freshen up at the Regency World Hotel here in Taksim, it's time to hit back to the roads and explore the city. So we are now proceeding to another area called Eminonu. And for this short tour, I've been assigned one of the best drivers that you can ever find in Istanbul. His name is Tahsin. Here he is.
Hello, hi.
And also accompanied by a brilliant guide, Adrian.
Hi.
So we are now driving along the Taksim road, the Taksim Beyoglu road, which connects to the Beyoglu district. Apparently this area is pretty busy most of the time. So we are not doing any stops, not getting off the car. So Taksim is one of the important city center areas, and there's another important district or rather city center, which is the Ortakoy. So we just got off here at Taksim for a very short time because the traffic seems to be quite busy, and the reason we got off just to see the views in the background. So this is a view of the Golden Horn River. So we are just passing through Karaköy, which is quite an old part of Istanbul, and mainly featuring a lot of the hardware shops where you can find all different type of hardware equipment that you require. So here we are entering the district of Eminonu, and that's where we're going to go and have a lunch as well. So here we are in Eminönü Square, which is packed with a lot of people. We have a lot of things happening around, food stalls, souvenir shops, and I believe a lot of tourists come here to also visit the Egyptian Grand Bazaar, which I will also be visiting and show it to you shortly. So we are now entering the Egyptian Bazaar. A very busy place where you find a lot of different things to buy, dry fruits, spices, jewelry as well. Pottery and artifacts. So a lot of options to choose from at this Egyptian Bazaar. So although it's known as the Egyptian Bazaar, we have all different businessmen from Egypt, from Turkey, from Russia, having their businesses here in this Egyptian bazaar. So it's lunchtime and here we are at this local Turkish restaurant. So when in Istanbul, you cannot miss the traditional drink called ayran, which is basically yogurt, water and a little salt. So this is a very traditional Turkish dish called beyti, which is meat stuffed in a bread called yufta. Turkish dishes are always tasty, guys. It's really, really delicious. So after a great lunch, we're heading out now towards the Grand Bazaar. It's just amazing to see the number of people who come here to shop, because most of the things are much cheaper than the other malls or the other stores. So that's one of the reasons that a lot of tourists gather here. So this street is called as the Mahmud Bey Çarşısı, which leads into the Grand Bazaar.
Lemon, vanilla, chocolate, strawberry. Yes, ice cream. Yes, please.
Birazcık oynayın da yiyeceğiz.
Yes, ice cream. Yes, please. Thank you. Yes. Ice cream. Pastane. Yes. Yes, pastane. Hoş geldiniz abi. Buyurun. Buyurun. Ice cream. Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Taste?
Thank you.
Yes, taste, bro. Yes. Yes, my friend. Yeah. Okay.
So here we are, the entrance of the Grand Bazaar, just passing through the security check. This bazaar is similar to the Egyptian bazaar in terms of the setup and the deco, but just that it's a much bigger bazaar compared to the previous Egyptian bazaar that we visited. And this is more older, it's much older than the Egyptian bazaar. So it's a very traditional bazaar which is visited by locals as well as a lot of tourists from all over the world. So we are out from the Grand Bazaar area, and this area is known as Bayazit. We are now walking towards Sultanahmet as the traffic is quite bad during this time and it would waste a lot of time to go by car. So I'm still here walking on the Bayazit street and heading towards Sultanahmet. So just around 200 meters walk and we'll be at Sultanahmet. So here we are in Sultanahmet area in front of the Hagia Sophia Museum. It is the largest Byzantine church in Istanbul. Hagia Sophia remained as a church until the conquest of Istanbul converted into a gallery after conquest and became a museum in 1934 by order of Ataturk. And in the background here, exactly opposite the Hagia Sophia, is Sultanahmet Mosque. So here we are at the Sultanahmet Mosque, or the popularly known Blue Mosque in Istanbul. It's one of the most popular mosques visited by thousands every day. So there is some restoration work of the mosque being carried out. This is the famous Hippodrome area, again visited by a lot of people. So it's time to go back to the airport, and as we are driving around on the left, you can see the Marmara Sea. The fortress walls kind of thing you see in the background, I was just told that this runs for 22 kilometers, covering the entire city, which was built during the Byzantine times. So hope you enjoyed my 6 hours exploration trip in Istanbul, and that has given you an insight of some of the most important places to visit when you travel next to Istanbul. So I'm here at the business class lounge of Turkish Airlines at this new airport. And let's have a look at this grand lounge which has become very popular at this airport. So as you see, it's a massive lounge with live cooking stations. And a grand buffet. So I've got limited time and I need to rush to the boarding gate, which takes around 20 minutes from the lounge. So I'll see you soon at the boarding gate. So finally at the gate, and it's time to board. Hope you enjoyed this video. Do like, comment and subscribe to get updates on my next vlog. Thanks.